Welcome to Tech Explained Simply. Today, we are going to talk about logistic regression, the most misunderstood model in machine learning. Logistic regression sounds like it should predict numbers. After all, the word regression is right there in the name. But here's the twist: logistic regression is not used for regression at all. It is one of the most widely used classification models in real companies today. Let's break down what logistic regression really is. Simply, in the previous episode, we talked about the difference between regression and classification. Today, we focus on the model that confuses almost everyone at the beginning. What problem does logistic regression solve? Logistic regression is used when the question is binary. Questions like, will the customer buy or not? Will the user leave or stay? Is this email spam or not spam? Should this loan be approved or rejected? The answer is not a number. The answer is a decision. So from the start, logistic regression is a classification model. Then why is it called regression? This is where the confusion begins. Logistic regression does calculate a numeric value internally, but that number is a probability, always between 0 and 1. For example, 0.82, which means 82% chance the customer will buy, or 0.15 means 15% chance the customer will buy. Then we apply a simple rule. If probability is above a threshold, then yes. If it's below, then the answer is no. So the final output is not the number. The final output is the class. That's why logistic regression belongs to classification and not regression. Let me show you a very small example of logistic regression. This is not a coding tutorial, it's just to see what the model actually outputs. I have a simple data set here with two features: customer age and time spent on the website, and one label, whether the customer bought a product or not. I train a logistic regression model on this data. The training itself is not important here, the output is. Now watch this carefully. Instead of giving me yes or no, the model gives me probabilities. This means there is an 82% probability that this customer will buy. Only after that, we apply a threshold, usually 50%, and convert this probability into a final decision. And this is the moment where logistic regression becomes classification. So, logistic regression doesn't directly make decisions, it predicts probabilities, and we decide how to use them. Now, let's answer how companies use logistic regression. Logistic regression is extremely popular in industry because it is fast, stable, and easy to interpret. Banks use it for credit scoring. Marketing teams use it to predict customer response. Subscription platforms use it for churn prediction. Healthcare uses it for risk classification. One major advantage is transparency. You can clearly see which features influence the decision and how. This makes logistic regression very attractive in regulated industries. Now, let's compare it to linear regression. Linear regression predicts any numeric value. Output can be negative or very large. Logistic regression, on the other side, predicts a probability, and the output is always between 0 and 1. And final result is a class. Same idea of combining features, different goal and different interpretation. So, with all the hype around neural networks and deep learning, you might wonder, why do companies still use logistic regression? So the answer is because it works well on structured data, it needs less data, it is easier to debug, and it is easier to explain to stakeholders. In many real world systems, logistic regression is not replaced, it is still the baseline model. If it performs well, companies often don't need anything more complex. So remember this: logistic regression is a classification model. This is the first one. It predicts probabilities, not raw numbers, like the second thing. And the last one, it plays a critical role in real business decisions. Understanding logistic regression means understanding how machine learning is actually applied in practice. This was Tech Explained Simply. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.